everybody. My name is Brandon Ross, and I'm not going to get too far into the intro until I start getting thumbs up and head nods that we're good on audio. So until I get that, I'm just going to hang out and just chill, talk nonchalantly, and just kind of give some words to, say words. We're so good. We have things. All right, sweet. Hey, y'all. I'm Brandon, and welcome to Player Hater Gaming. Tonight, we're going to play some D&D with Tales to the Skytorn. But before we get into that, we've got to get through our announcements really quickly. If you have not done so, do us a huge favor. Head over to our link tree where we've organized all of our social media links. You can give us a follow. If you catch us on YouTube or other places that you can leave comments, give us comments. We want to know what you think of our content so we can make sure we're delivering to you, our lovely community, great times for laughing, crying, or indecisive jokes. But aside from those places you can come give us a follow and comments, we have two incredible Discords we would love for you to come check out. The first being the official Player Hater Gaming Discord, where you can come share memes, talk life, play a little bit of D&D, get some stuff for D&D, but in general, just build a great fun community to support each other. The second place is for those of you that want an incredible place to really dive into playing Dungeons and Dragons on a text-based server in a West Marches style area. And about that platform, I will pass it off to Mav Hunter to talk a little more about that.
Yes, if you have no idea how to play, want to play, don't know where to go, join us in Ashirma. We'll pretty much walk you through the process of using D&D Beyond to make your characters, or helping you understand what the differences are between Brandon's face currently with...
I just picked up my favorite D20 and rolled it and got a natural 20 on the first roll.
Which means that we're all going to suffer. But anyway,
I'll never see it again the rest of the night.
Yeah.
That is fair. But let's say the fact that you want to be like Brandon. You want to be the one that's sitting in the chair, telling the story, making everybody else question why. We'll also tell you how to do that in Shirma. So join us, have fun, and we'll see you there.
Thank you very much, Fab Hunter. I really appreciate it. Aside from that, we do have some more announcements to make, but those announcements are easier to be done with visuals. So for now, thank you all for being here, checking us out, and why don't we go ahead and roll our intro and play some D&D tonight. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, for the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dracix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn. Everybody, welcome back. Thanks for hanging out during our intro. We're laughing because we're having behind the scenes shenanigans. But
Yep.
the last bit of our intros, if you notice on our lovely screen here, we have various
Mhm.
dice shapes with numbers on them. If that number is not 3, do us a
And
favor, spend
everybody,
some channel points. Give
nobody
them some
has anything.
guidance so they can use them on D20 rolls as they see fit. Also, we do have
Remember,
our lovely. Go ahead.
remember, with your channel points, you could let a D&D player survive another encounter.
Yeah.
So
It's very
please,
true.
donate.
You directly could affect the story with that, and also
Exactly.
with our deck of situations, which will be a custom-made stack of cards that will be used to help influence the story at the whim of the watchers as you spend those channel points. Aside from that, we'll go over our schedule really quick. Of course, it's Wednesday. We're playing D&D tonight. Saturday, PSG plays with our usual multiplayer mayhem. It'll kick off at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sunday, we revisit the lovely duo of Nutmeg and Nix going through their play of Baldur's Gate 3. We'll catch them at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then
Mhm.
Tuesday, the lovely Mav Hunter picks up Dragon Age once again to continue through that amazing story, and he kicks off at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Alrighty then. Well, the last few sessions have been a little rough on the party.
No.
I think
Just
it's
a little
being
bit.
nice.
Quickly giving an overview, you all went to a particular individual's mansion, had dinner, quickly made an escape from a very deadly situation, but unfortunately, not everyone made it back immediately
Mhm.
through influences beyond mortal comprehension. The doctor returned after apparently turning to dust. In his hand, clenched scroll of divine nature, giving instructions on how to craft a device that could have many uses depending upon what is deemed necessary. However, as they had returned to their ship and waiting for not repairs, but construction to be finished,
Alterations.
Mhm.
alterations, they were attacked by a group of vampires similar to ones they had seen just a couple nights prior, successfully defending themselves from this small raid. Some of the items certainly can see why the Count keeps such individuals nearby, as the loot left behind from the ashen bodies of those they felled was cursed. In his identification process, the doctor was unfortunately influenced by one of these things and had to be subdued by Levikazan. Thankfully, she went to the Drakix official school of knot tying and succeeded the second time, successfully keeping the doctor tied up. Because seeds get degrees in his school.
Wow. Okay. All right. It's gonna be
Oh,
that kind of
boy.
night. Got it.
But with that,
Noted.
another night came, and Levikazan found herself a stranger in a strange land. Though previously unable to dream and make her way to that, it would seem with guidance of her quarry, she could trespass into that threshold. Brought to a place unfamiliar, but lore spoke to her, seemingly one of the many known, many names, mainly the World Tree. Unfortunately, she was not quite
Dexterous.
quickly enough able to keep herself from being flung off of this tree as it went from a small, tiny sprig, barely a foot tall, to suddenly erupting hundreds upon hundreds of feet. Thankfully, it would seem, for reasons unknown, somebody already laid a small claim to this location. Familiar Phoenix individual, able to save the life by making sure she didn't fall all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
They were able to secure a piece of the world tree and successfully transport it from the dream realm back into the material plane when they awoke. A bit of awkwardness, a bit of nakedness, and conversations passing afterwards. Eventually, rest was had for most of you. And we come to the next morning. So, as you all wake up, let me check my calendar. I believe last discussed, it is now 4 days remaining until alterations are finished. Or I could have
6.
just miswrote this.
6. 4 days till Red's broom is ready. 6 days till the ship is ready.
Got it.
And the ring that Doc had made is ready today.
True. Fortunately, the player of the Doctor is a little under the weather, and he is not joining us tonight, but I will do my best to give the character justice without altering the story too much.
Drac was told to get the ring because
True,
he was not.
you were, so that saves me that.
Yes.
So in the early hours of the morning, as all of you finish whatever semblance of a long rest you're having, what would you like to do?
For a short rest, because Drac is still awake and sitting in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Red's there too.
Yeah. Probably just making breakfast.
Red is observing, supervising.
I could already see it, in all honesty. It's making food. No, you didn't put enough salt. Wait, what are you doing? It's too much pepper. What's wrong with you?
What did you do with that navigation marker?
Put it into his pocket. You didn't put it in the bag of holding. It's currently in his pocket.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, technically, there's like a small pouch that he has in his pocket with all the other tokens. So it's currently sitting in there.
Just
Red's-
slowly burning a hole through it.
Right.
Probably.
Is Red still in possession of the piece of the tree? I think so. Yes.
I don't remember you handing it off, so yes.
You
I
did
would
not
imagine
hand it off.
Very
Okay.
close to you, if not still in your clutches, is a
Mhm.
7-foot long piece of braided bark.
Yes. I think she's going to let it out of her grasp for a while.
I would imagine it's not too much longer before Levikazan and Doctor make their way to the galley.
Yeah, I think they sleep in a little bit, but it's not too much. Yeah. Save a spot for Eva.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't take her very long. As soon as Cass is up, she's probably
Yeah,
going.
you would see Cass in like the typical like too long for a kid shirt that she totally didn't steal from Drax's closet.
Totally didn't. Nah.
There's probably like an entire like section of shirts just down eye level for her.
Yeah.
And it's just like a sign like of it. Cass's clothing, if needed. And it's just the same.
So she has taken a seat, sleepy-headed, and just
Yep.
looking at everybody. Then just stares at Drakix, just waiting.
I say it's no longer if needed, it's for style.
For
Yes.
style, yeah.
Drac would just start bringing plates over to everybody at this point and just handing it off.
Nice.
Any more weird, crazy dreams? Anybody?
I didn't sleep, so no.
I wasn't allowed to, so no. It kind of gives like a pointed look to Red.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, I'm just watching Nutmeg struggle with her cat as he is going ham on the little cord for her earbuds.
Jeebus! He actually took it out of my ears this time. Normally he doesn't, but child, why?
Mother, you're
Because
not paying
on the
attention to me, Mother.
Side note tonight, if I have my fidget tool with me because I'm trying to stop picking my nails, thus the lovely color you see tonight. If the clicky toy gets too loud, let me know and I'll switch to something else.
Okay.
I also had clicky toy. You're fine.
Okay.
I don't have clicky toy.
I'm just trying to keep my fidgeting not be nail picking or biting. So
We need
Yeah.
to get you. We need to get you scratch and sniff cards.
Can you not? Child?
But mother, cord.
But mother, I must. I must.
I told you he was staring at it like he wanted to. Ngah.
Yes.
But Mother, you were not paying attention to me, Mother.
No.
All right. So, what are the plans for today? Anything?
Sleep.
I need to go into town for a couple of things.
All right.
Gardening.
All right. So not really.
No.
I mean,
'cause-
unless there's something you'd like to do.
I know. I just feel a bit sedentary. That's all.
Hmm. I mean, we could always go shopping for some actual supplies that we need on the ship, not just, the necessary ones.
Right. Looked for sending stones here.
We could do that too.
Right.
Might be helpful.
Certainly would.
That's fair.
Perhaps we shouldn't split up though, given recent events.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you want me to go with you, Drakix, and into town with whatever you need help with.
No, it should be quick.
You sure? If you need to carry stuff or I don't know.
Drac just passed the bag.
That is very true. That is very.
Right.
Guess you're stuck with me. Looks to Red.
Mm. Right.
Drac is just gonna finish scarfing down his food. Well, I'm gonna go double check what I need to, and I will meet you guys back here in a couple of hours.
See if you can find some sending stones while you're in town.
Sure. I should be able to find a place or two that may have some.
Right.
I imagine Doc might get up and go with you. Maybe?
Do you let him out of your sight?
If he insists, she would.
Why you do this to me? I can't
Why
make
not?
You know what? He's recovering. He's in bed.
There you go.
Cool.
Oh, that works.
I
Don't like taking agency away from you guys, okay?
Don't worry. If ever needed to, I will give you an entire outline of What is Drax's brain? This is his thought process.
You know how in the second Star Trek movie, Spock gives Uhura one of those necklaces that has that rare element you can trace? Those two are going to end up with a pair of those.
Yep.
No idea what you're talking about.
I
No
don't know if
idea.
I don't know if it's more concerning or more complimentary that you could play red very easily.
Yes.
That is true.
It's like she's got a specific personality.
Very sassy, and if you piss her off, everything goes up in flames.
Yes.
True.
But yeah. Drac
Alright,
is
well-
going to get up, clean his plate, pat Cass on the top of her head,
Mhm.
and head out to town.
How long before I should come looking for you if you don't come back?
Lunch.
Lunch. Got it.
Alrighty.
So roughly, if it is about, I would say maybe 8 o'clock, then 4 hours. That's more than enough time for Drac to get into trouble.
Oh yeah. Plenty of time.
To get in it, to get into trouble, out of trouble, back into it at least 3 times, you know?
Oh, yeah. Once per hour. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well then. Zahn will usher Doc back to bed.
Mhm.
Make sure he's all comfy and asleep and all that before. Oh no. Oh. They're doing
What?
work on the ship. He's not going. Oh no, he cast the silent spell. We'll have that happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or he can take the tea.
Or you know what? Yeah, she will make him take the tea.
So he can
Enough,
actually
not a
sleep.
double dose.
You can always put them in the hammock just because they're not doing work there.
Oh yeah, that is
Just
that is very
That line
true.
slowly gets more and more blurry. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Fine. Right. What are we doing, ladies? And child. Also, B,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many cards are prepared in the deck?
Please hold. I am assigning NPCs to shops.
Oh.
My list got a little depleted, okay?
Okay.
Is that what was covering? Yes. Funny story. Give me 1 second.
He forgot a notebook.
So far.
How dare.
Sorry, I had to go reach for the paper I keep it on because I made it loose so it was easier to track.
Instead of making another window on the computer. Got it. That is fair.
Yep. According to this, nothing.
I'm sorry. Did you just say nothing?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I burned one last week for you guys, but we've burned through all of the cards that we have.
Will be. Let's roll a card, please.
Okay. Please hold.
Holding.
So you're throwing a card out there now. Like you put one in, or pull it out immediately.
Why not?
It's fine. I'm just gonna put in 5 cards.
5? You have 50,000
Yeah, I have
points.
50,000 points.
Man, I'm sitting on
Holy
117, and I haven't burned any of them
Oh my
except for
god.
last week.
I just went down to 21.
I'm just gonna pick a
Okay.
day, and we're gonna burn all of the cards in the same
Wow.
episode and see what happens.
Damn it! There's no limit. I can only get one a stream. Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so you
fine.
don't go crazy with it.
It's
Very true.
fine. I was only going to apply. I was only going to put cards into the deck. That's it.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But I will end up doing this though, because I have enough points for that too.
Are
Mm.
we? Yeah. Okay. We are allowed to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right.
that's maxed
Well,
out now. So we're good.
If it's maxed out, you can't do anymore.
Yeah.
Can't give it to ourselves. Can give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have no hands.
It's okay. The voice from beyond should be able to put 3 for the DM whenever he gets a
Yes.
chance.
Whenever he wakes up from his nap.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he's too busy reading smut.
You know, I've heard there's for those that have excessive nap times, and we should do a sleep study and see how that what's going on while you're knocked out.
That would be interesting.
Would
I'm
be.
curious if it has any correlations with height.
Okay. So I've added how many to the stack?
Added a card to the deck. Used that card already.
No.
And then you have 3 DM veins.
I haven't
And
used
so
the
there's-
card yet.
Well, no, because Mav added 1. You're using 1.
No.
No,
they
there's
Mm.
2
Oh, you added 1. Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 cards been added.
Don't try to give us cards. No.
Oh,
I will
my
give you a card.
God.
I have
Oh,
the points
no.
for it.
Yeah.
I have the points for it. I can do whatever I
put one on the
want.
stack and use it immediately?
I did the first one.
Okay, good talk.
Nobody has played
What do you mean?
a card.
I'm
People
about
have
to
added cards.
That's what I
I'm
was gonna
about
say. You're going
okay.
to use yours.
use a card.
Ugh.
Mav would leave you
Oh,
with
no.
1.
I just used it.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
I'm just like 5 steps ahead of you in 3D chess. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
Fine. Fine.
Duly noted.
Oh no.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's good.
I would say Eva doesn't have any plans. I was content to just chill on the ship, but if you need me
Yep.
to do something, let me know.
Yeah.
Because she's getting over the fact that they were ambushed by vampires.
That's fair.
And then the day before, she saw Red just walk off the end of the ship.
Yeah.
We're gonna
And
we're-
Doc die.
We're
Yeah.
still talking about that one.
And
Whoa. Do you need to have that conversation?
No, I'm messing with you.
Kyle.
I'm pretty sure we had that conversation when she dragged you to a brothel for a few hours.
Yes. That. Yes.
All righty.
That
then.
conversation.
Meg, you're supposed to light the candle, not yourself.
Gosh.
That's a lot of smoke.
That's a lot of smoke. I love it.
Is Red in the room or
Yeah. God.
clearly?
Alrighty then. We'll start with Dracix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
As you
I
head
mean,
out,
Molly's terrified now.
you can see the construction crew is there, and just kind of like everybody's there. They see you, the individual that leads it, kind of waves. Morning.
Morning.
I know it's early, but think I
Go ahead.
Okay. And they
Everybody's in the
start
galley, so it's fine.
hauling up lumber. And he does kind of pull you to the side for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all have been staying on the ship, but we're getting to a point where we're going to start moving out beds and walls. So, next 2 or 3 days, y'all may need to go find somewhere.
I'll make note of it. Thank you for letting me know.
Of course. Did you just want us to put all of any chests, valuables, all your things in the understorage?
We'll move those. We'll take care of that ourselves.
All right. I'll do you want to go let him know?
Mhm.
Okay. And he just
Cool.
walks up with you. He's like, he gets handed his tool belt, and you see, he like puts it on. He's like, oh, had too much breakfast, and he like goes back a notch.
Drac just looks over and just grins. It's like, when it's good food, it's good food.
God, devil take that woman, but she can cook.
He just chuckles a little bit. He puts his head back into the kitchen, into the galley, just like, hey, If there's anything valuable downstairs, put it into the captain's put it into my quarters, and we're gonna need to be off the ship for like the next 2 nights, 2-3 nights.
As
And then
a,
immediately afterwards, he just peels right back.
if you'd like, since I don't, need sleep, I can help keep an eye on things while they're doing that.
That works, and it's just his voice from like walking away. He expects that from them. He's like, I'm not worried about it. They're gonna take care of everything. I just have to tell them.
He looks to you, this kind of not dwarvish, but definitely a shorter, very stocky individual. You, Eva. Right. Do you want to come with and kind of point out what should go where?
Certainly.
All right. And the two of you head downstairs and start kind of figuring out, what chest needs to be loaded up with things, which things go in under storage, which things go in captain's quarters. And basically over the course of the next, probably the first 3 to 4 hours is just moving and relocating everything. So they can finish taking down the last few of the walls before they start putting up walls.
Eva's minorly concerned that there might be another ambush by vampires when the crew's not around, so she's like, I'll just keep an eye on things for a little while.
Yeah.
Whether or not it happens, who knows?
Got it. Well, while that's going on, Drakix, head to town.
Yes.
Are you going to head to the told location for where are you going to go do?
So first off, he is going to get the ring before he does anything else.
Okay. You head to the shop. I believe it was already paid for up front.
Yes.
Sounds right. So you get there. Of course, the individual notices you. Oh, morning.
Morning.
He has like a cup of coffee and early, huh?
Gee.
Sets it down.
Remember, this is the old captain.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Kids, now you're sounding like a man instead of a woman. I was like, hold on.
No. It's a male there. It's a male.
Okay.
But they recognize you.
Okay. He's gonna clock that because he's just like, I didn't see males here, but never mind. That's fine.
He looks at you. You and I both know she won't be up for an hour.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Do you want the hour or do you want me to get the item?
I'll take the item, but I also had a quandary. Do you guys have sending stones by chance?
Not here, but depending upon which kind you want, there's the usual kind of ship to ship, which you would know for context. There are ones that are kind of like a general to where they put out like a 200-foot radius and they just ping off however many sending stones are in the area of that. And it's kind of used for like basic ship to ship commentary.
Yeah.
Or connection. Did you want something over the broad or the usual in pairs?
A broad and a direct, if it was possible.
Sure. I mean, not here, but sure.
Yeah, if you can tell me where it is, I can go get it.
I would... Clink. Grabs the item, sets it down. Did you want a small box for this, or just wrap it?
Yes, please.
Sure. And he starts looking around, like, for some extra boxes. While he does, he's talking. I would head down the street, probably about 2-3 blocks, make a left at the, there's a tavern with no sign. That's what it's called, the tavern with no sign.
I've been there. Nice place.
Make a left there, and you'll head to a place called the Star Bloom Arcana, and they will have what you need.
Okay. I appreciate it.
He eventually finds a box. It's a little, maybe like just a little slightly too large, but it's about as close as he finds. Here you go. And he slides it open, sets it in there with a couple extra pieces of cloth to help nestle it. And he kind of like, he compacts it, basically make sure it stays still.
Yeah.
Slides it shut. Right. Gives it a shake. You hear no rattling. Perfect. Hands it to you.
Just sticking it, and I just nod like, thank you. He puts it away, and can you also tell her my thanks for this as well?
Of course.
Thank
By
you.
the time you finish your business at the Star Bloom, she should be awake and around if you want to come back in. I'd usually just open a shop.
Okay. I might. I might have a question or two for her as well. But I'll leave that to her when I get back. And he's gonna head off over to the Starbloom Arcana.
Okay. You get there. As you walk up, you can see the sign is flipped to closed, but you can see somebody is inside.
Okay. Probably give it about like another half hour. What else is around this area?
Around this area, it seems you come into one of the few like mini cultures or mini like shopping areas. There's not a lot of stalls. There's mainly just like buildings here, and they're very much like strip mall style, to where they share a wall. And they're usually kind of like warehouse style building, but it's been sectioned into anywhere from 3 to 6, even 7 different shops. Some shops are only like 7 feet wide, it appears, but they're probably very like long hallway shops. There's other places here. You can see some other magic shops. You see another general store or two. You see other jewelry shops. You do see, of course, you go past the tavern with no sign. And a couple of general stores.
Okay, he's gonna go into the other magic shop. What's it called?
This one is called the Void and Vine.
The Void and Vine. Okay.
Vine.
He's gonna walk into it.
As you walk in, you can see there is a halfling that is kind of sitting on like a higher stool, and they appear to be holding what looks like some kind of shaped mushroom into a mug. Like it's like a hollowed out, upside down mushroom. And you can see there's a little bit like steam coming off of it. And he has like a reed straw.
Morning.
Can I help you?
Draco's just like look at him. He's just like, is he smoking it or drinking it? And then he's just he's just like, okay. I was just curious. Wondering what you guys had in stock.
Well, here at the Void and Vine, you can find plenty of things of all druidic and arcane nature. Mostly druidic, but that's the nature of my game. What you looking for?
Well, what would you gift someone who is a fledgling in the manner of nature magic?
Oh, well, I could certainly get you what we call, he looks at you, horribly fails his insight check. Well, spellcasters have this thing called a component pouch. And what it is a pouch that we use to keep all of our components in for basic spellcasting purposes. So I could get you loaded up with something like that. It'd be really help. Do you know about how far along they are in their druidic journey? Do they can they cast tiered spells yet? And, what tier can they cast to? We're talking a second, third,
I know
first?
that they could cure our wounds whenever we need to.
Okay, that's a good one to hang on to. Yep.
I believe that they're just still starting out along that journey. So I don't think that they've gone too far into it. But like hearing the component pouch, Drac is just taking it in his stride. He's just like, I understand like being like talked to as if I'm a fool and an idiot, and he's not taking it to heart. He's just like, okay.
Okay. I don't know how they price the component pouch. Give me a second here.
That's right. I'll take it for free. But Drac is definitely going to ask it along those lines of.
I'd say just like maybe just like 10 gold.
Yeah, he's going to definitely agree to that, and also ask her anything like that can help them along their path, kind of like let them learn like what they can do.
Oh well,
pretty much like Druid for dummies.
Hang on a minute. And he kind of gets off his stool after putting the component pouch on the thing, and he disappears under the counter. You lose sight of him.
Mm-hmm. Trek is just going to look at the pouch.
He's like, no.
Do you need help over there?
No.
Hey, Trek, like, not really. He asked the question, but he's already like moving over the counter to see where he is.
See,
So,
there is just like a small pile of books and moss and various like natural components, and you just see a little halfling hand sticking out, just like waving around.
Trek is just gonna grab the hand and just gently pull him up and just set him next to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that. But here, no. And he hands you a pamphlet.
Okay, I'm gonna take the
You
pamphlet.
want to be a druid.
So how far along does this help somebody, just in case they don't have a teacher?
It'll get them right to about the time they're going to need to kind of figure out the discipline of their magic. We call them circles. For example, I am a Circle of the Moon druid. So don't know if your fledgling druid has gotten that far in their journey yet, but it'll get them that far. Beyond that, it's more of a general pamphlet guide, because once you get into our known circles and paths, it does get a little specific.
Okay. Well, she tends to be a force of nature with her axe.
Oh,
Do you? What would be your suggestion? I just want to give her at least something to broaden her horizon if she decides to go further along. As a gift.
well,
No, in his mind, he goes like, "My wedding gift is on how to be a druid."
Oh, here's a good one. Do you know if they've settled on their focus device yet? I mean, you could. There are, of course, the components you can have, but and he kind of like slides a pouch to the left a bit. He's not like thinking more about it. But you could get him a focus, and it would kind of replace the need for like the mundane components, and it could certainly be something a little more personable.
Well, she does tend to be angry a lot.
Watermelon. Get her a watermelon. Get her a watermelon.
So maybe something that is more possibly bare, but also with broken pieces of watermelon in it, if it's possible.
Well,
if it's custom, I completely understand.
no, I might have something for you. And he disappears under the counter again.
And now this time Drac is actually on the same side as him. So in case like something does happen, it's just a quick reach and grab.
He sees you and he kind of like puts some of the moss and the books away and closes the door like barely. He's like,
He's like, "Do you want me to?" Okay.
He just walks out a little further. No, I did have something brought to me a while ago. Actually, I've had it for a minute, and I really wasn't sure what it could be used for. But this could be handy. And he takes a moment and he pulls out what looks to be in design and the way it looks similar to a rosary.
Mm-hmm.
And he brings it over, and it looks like it's made from some kind of stained blackwood. But as he hands it over to you, you realize it's not stained; it's naturally occurring like black oak.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of it is what looks to be some kind of hardened tempered glass with like you just took like a handful of just various seeds and just like put them in there.
I think this actually works.
Quite a good focus. It can certainly handle replacing any of the mundane things, but what makes this one unique is the seeds inside have been infused with natural druidic magic. So if your fledgling druid spends time with this and pushes magic into it, of course, they would lose the ability to cast that much magic for the day, but it will actually hold on to a tiered casting of basically a level 1 spell. It's basically like a lesser ring of spell storing. It holds 1 extra first level spell slot.
And how long does it usually hold on to that? Until they use it, or
yes,
until okay. This would probably help us in a last-ditch effort. So I appreciate that. I will definitely take this with the pamphlets and any other pamphlets that you have for the moons. So at least I could help my very angry axe-waving friend along. Though something tells me that she would be more physical in action. So if you have any suggestions for that.
Not really. I'm sorry. I mainly deal with making the items or just collecting them and selling.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you, though. This does help at least with some things. So,
of course.
And he just looks over. He's like, "So, how much is this on the pamphlet?"
I have to do math. Please hold.
Make him do math.
How many spell slots does a normal ring of spell strength hold? 5?
Yes, 5.
That there would be about 500 gold.
Okay. All right. He takes off 50 platinum.
Okay. He takes it, sets it down. What's your background again?
Smuggler.
Make an insight check.
I was like, I haven't even finished yet, though, but yeah. Scheiße. That's a 9.
9? Okay.
But as he's paying for this, he definitely goes, "Well, do you need anything moved around by chance? I do have a ship, and..."
Oh, I don't know, but I'll tell you if you come across interesting druidic items or even items of legend and lore, I wouldn't say no. I could take care of them for you.
What kind of items in legend and lore you're referring to? Just to make sure the fact that we're on the same
Right.
idea.
Well, there is a particular few items I would love to at least see just once. There is go grab my list of rare and interesting items in this world. I have heard of sort of I guess a token is the best way to put it. It's probably about, he holds his hands up and tries to shape like, basically it's like 2 inches by 4 inches. Now, legend says if you take this token, if you put it in a little bit of dirt, a tree 60 feet tall will suddenly sprout. That has been missing for some time. Very, very rare.
Okay.
And there's also one I would like. It's kind of bulb shaped on one end, and it has like a long needle coming out of it, and you can stick it into near a plant, and it will keep it watered for a year.
So a decanter of endless water. Got it.
It's the enchantment, as I understand, is very similar to that. Yes.
over the table. I know exactly what you're referring to, which is the reason why I said, like, oh, they can't survive in this water. Just shaped it a little bit differently. And is there anything else?
Those two have my interest the most.
Okay. Regarding that token, do you have an idea of like what it's possibly called, or like a more rough description of it?
He thinks for a moment. The name escapes me, but I'll tell you, you'll know it if it has on one side. One side will be flat, and then one side will have kind of carved into it. Will have the shape of a thick tree.
Okay. Then I appreciate it, and if I do find these, I will definitely get back to you. So you can see them.
Of course, thank you.
And with that, he's going to start turning. He's like, what is your name? So sorry. It's early, you know. Etiquette tends to go out the window. And
It does. It is early, and he kind of grabs his upside down mugged mushroom and takes a sip from that reed straw. My name is Orin Bramblejaw.
Okay, well, I'm Draxix. Thank you for everything. And I'll definitely be seeing you around.
Of course.
And he's going to leave, because I think I've burned more than enough time now
Yeah.
to go over to Starblue.
You head out, and you can see the sign has been flipped over to open.
Yep, he's going to walk in.
You head inside, and you can see a half-elven female who seems to be organizing some of her wares, kind of rearranging some things. And you hear just hear a ding ding as you walk through the door. She kind of looks over. Oh, good morning.
Morning. You can take your time. No worries.
Okay.
Not too much of a rush.
All
Just
right,
a
if you have any
couple of
questions, let me
questions.
know. My name is. This word kills me. My name is Archivist Maris. I don't know why Archivist always gets me. It just does.
I'm pretty sure the fact that I butchered the spelling, because I'm just going by sound alone.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Or that works too. Thank you. I was looking for sending stones, both the broad as well as pear.
Oh, of course. God, I love this guide. Control F, find things right away.
Yeah. Control F, everybody, is your friend.
It's such a good thing for everything. She kind of nods. Yeah, we have let me think here. I think I have two paired pairs. I could get you if you be tongue twister, couldn't it?
Could be, definitely.
And then I think we just have 3 of the kind of the broader ones used for ship talking.
Yes. I only need a pair as well as a ship version.
Of course. And she kind of heads over. She's walking. You can see as you're looking at these items, the way they're organized and put together makes no sense. There's some magical items that are next to others that why are these two next to each other? This doesn't make any sense. Like you're lost in why it's organized very, very horribly to you.
Hold on. You see that's going to be the normal person view. His smuggler view. How is it actually?
I need you to make a navigation check. Which, since you have proficiency with vehicles, it would be It'd be a d20, your wisdom modifier, and your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Let me rename this. Alrighty. That's an 11. I need to raise his wisdom. I need something that raises wisdom and intelligence so bad.
That is more than enough, because you look at this and you're like, why does this look so familiar? And you realize they're constellations. The way things are linked together, they make constellation shapes.
I need to list the constellations now, just because.
Not on the fly, no. But I'll make a note to make constellations, because it actually is very important to this world, and I'm surprised I haven't made that yet.
He's going to look. I'm just going to give you one now. He's like, isn't this... I didn't realize that anybody would end up sorting things by the Draco constellation. Some think that that's a bit of an omen.
Oh, yes, you can see how everyone says I'm haphazard with the way I organize things, but it just makes sense to me. I mean, I've studied them for so long. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe a learned arcane practitioner, but I just... And as she looks up, you look up as well, you realize the ceiling's been painted this dark blue with little, small, localized motes of light to make the constellations. There's something up there, you know?
Well, that helps us Cloudfarers at least help navigate at night, so...
Oh, you're a sailor by trade?
Yes.
Well, welcome to dry land, I guess.
It definitely feels odd half the time to be here, but, you know, sometimes you must.
Does it take you long to get adjusted to not walking weird?
Depends on how long I've been out on the clouds.
Ah, true. And as she's talking, you see she set down one pair of sending stones and one of the regular kind of broadband.
Yeah. He's definitely now going to see the fact that everything's by constellation. Going to see if there is... Let's see. Anything that may be more related to the moon. Positioning-wise. Since I have nothing else to go off of. So...
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
It's all constellations.
Because the moon could be in one of them. Or even a couple of them. Kind of alter the way. That's usually when I figured I'd ask. But definitely makes a note of that. And well, at least now I know in case we end up going towards one, there may be some things here that could help us out. So, at least thank you for giving me that little insight into things. How much is it for the stones?
Well, the pair is 500, and then the single is 250.
And he's going to put 75 platinum on the counter.
Okay. She moves it into a pouch. Do you want these in a kind of satchel, or just take them?
Do you have a small satchel to at least separate the pair from the single?
I do, yes. And she gives a very simple, probably brown cloth.
Yeah.
The
that's
stones
everything.
themselves, the pair is a typical blue hue you can see, and then the singular one, they're red.
Yeah. But still, just to kind of like when he shows them, at least they'll know, like back on the ship, like which is which. So with that, he is gonna take them. He's gonna thank her again, and we're going back over to the captain, to the first shop.
As you head over there, before you
Mhm.
get inside, you can see she is already talking with another individual before you even head inside.
With that being the case, not me currently double checking to see what I'm attuned to. Nope, I'm not attuned to it. God damn it. Oh well. We're not wasting any more time. He is going to kind of like just, if the door looks like it's open, he's gonna walk in, but stay away, not to feel like he's eavesdropping, and look more as if he's currently just taking a gander.
So you're gonna take a peek inside.
Yeah.
Okay. You look inside. You what just happened? There goes my notes. Do 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 do. It just crashed and it's all right. You know, while I get my notes program to not crash, we're going to take a quick little 5-minute ad break. If you would,
That sounds ideal.
go ahead and get a perception check on the table, and then when we get back, I'll ask you what it was. But
Okay.
to all of you, we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're going to run some ads, and then we'll get right back into the story. Hang out. Those of you that
yeah.
won't get hit with the ads will still be here, but I'm going to be uncrashing my notes file program.
I apologize if you hear squeaky noises.
It's perfectly fine. The puppy
Oh,
needs to enjoy himself.
Yeah, well, Dad left him and went to the hot tub, so he's upset that Dad left him behind.
Wow. So
Well, I
sad.
don't blame him. I'd be upset too.
Oh, hello, child. Yes, I put the lid on the candle now.
But Mom,
Mama.
Mother, I want to
I-
smell the thing, Mother.
Right. I'm actually looking up Druid Circle subclasses. Because I have no idea if I'm going to join a subclass or not, or I don't know. We will see. So
Well, at least now you have a decent one again.
oh boy. Oh. So who has a short week this week? Everybody have Friday off, or
Well-
Nope.
how do you not have Friday off?
Because not many companies do it.
I don't even have. Well, no, Easter's a Sunday, so I do technically have that off, but it's
So
a
we have
religious
the.
holiday.
I think last year we had it off. This year they turned it into a extra floating holiday. So we
Mhm.
just had those hours added on for free. If we wanted to use them there, we could. If not, we didn't have to. I'm not going to take that day off simply because I know a lot of other people are. So it's just going to be a chill paid day.
pretty much. Extra money for you.
That's
Yes.
right. I'm going to sit
That's what-
back, totally not play Monster Hunter on 2 monitors while my laptop is on my other monitor.
Ew. At all.
Just let me know when. I need to do some new hunts.
I have, even though I'm technically off, I just have to be paying attention in case somebody goes, "Holy shit, my stuff is on fire." Pretty much.
I am going to take the fattest nap there is.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't
Well-
blame me.
The state is off Friday, so we won't get any messages or emails or Zoom calls or Teams meetings from DHCS, but we do work.
Well, I hope it is a chill day for you at least.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Ooh. See, I don't know. I'm also looking at homebrew subclasses. Because I know B is okay with homebrew so long as we talk about it. I just...
That's what Eva is. Or at least half.
That's what Drank is.
That's what
Yeah.
3/4 of this party is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, race and subclass. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Zahn is the... Well,
You are the most
No.
normal person in this party.
Yes, you
Mhm.
are.
I am. Fortunately or
Everything for-
unfortunately.
Yeah. Everything for
Ultimate-
red is made up.
So, who wants to do a patch 8 Baldur's Gate run with me?
Ooh. I mean, I
What-
still haven't even finished the game.
Yeah.
New subclasses.
I know.
I may
know,
want
very
to. I have,
Hell
because
yeah.
I already updated my PS5.
Oh,
Look,
nice.
I still need to try out the Genasi race on there because there's a mod for it.
What?
Circle of Bones.
I also need to try out Death Cleric because I haven't tried out that one either. That's another one of my favorite subclasses.
Mm-hmm.
I need to try out Twilight Cleric, another one of my favorite subclasses.
Yes. Ah. Child, that... Please don't.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't do it. Don't
Do it.
do it, child.
Do it.
You're so sleepy. You're
I
so
all
sleepy.
things.
am a little lost in the sauce.
Oh.
You're fine.
Ah,
That's okay.
As
Today is a
compared-
lost in the sauce day.
Are ads done?
Probably
Yes.
Cool. Alrighty then. Welcome back, y'all. As we try to do here, we try to run our ads every 45 minutes, take a small break just so we can make sure that those of you that aren't subbed don't get punished and miss great storytelling. So now that we're back from those, I do want to take just a minute to make an announcement that I wanted to wait until now because at this point, no one can leave. We're in the session, everybody's stuck. So
Sir,
would like
I
to
will
turn-
leave this party right now.
I
Oh,
would
no.
like to turn everyone's focus to
Uh-oh.
someone we cannot see.
Uh-oh.
Someone who works behind the scenes.
Yes.
Someone who makes sure the streams go off without a hitch like 80% of the time, unless he's sleeping through it because he's get his sleep study done. Someone who I
Mhm.
love with all of my heart. He has seen me at my worst. He has seen me at my best, and he is truly a dear friend of mine. Kelby, you're in this Discord call. You're running our stream. Happy birthday, man. Tomorrow is your birthday,
Aw.
and we hope you have an incredible one, and I can't wait to hang out
Aw.
with you.
Aw.
So,
Happy
happy
fucking
birthday.
birthday!
Just remember, listen, when you get on the stool tomorrow, just
Uh-huh.
think of us saying happy birthday.
You need it.
And if you listen in, which you really should, listen into our podcast episodes, Friday Night D&D. He's a player in that. So I'll make sure to do the same exact announcement the next time we play, because it's going to be recorded and out there live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
With that lovely happy birthday greeting handled.
If you ever
What
hear
was
us yelling at
your-
production, that's who we're talking to.
That's who we're talking
Yeah.
about. What was your perception check?
25.
Holy fuck nuts. You immediately recognize the human male that is speaking with the retired female captain. You know him by many names. You know him as the Ink Blade, the Ledger Hand, and the Raven of Debt. You know that as he is seen in the public eye, he is actively researching and on a bounty hunt, and he is, without a doubt, one of the most successful unknown bounty hunters in your circles. You also know that he is most certainly a gentleman's professional.
Okay, important question.
Sure.
Has he ever hunted me down in the past?
He's never hunted you directly, but you have crossed paths before. I would say he gives off similar vibes to a really good one would be when John Wick approaches the bodyguard, and he's
Oh
like,
no.
"This," and it's just no. Yeah, that's a pretty good one, Francis. And he's like, "Mr. Wick," and he gives him 60 kilos, yada yada yada, and then he tells him, "Hey, you should take the night off." That was kind of the last reaction you guys had. Is he got the drop on you, and you knew you weren't the target, but you kind of knew who was, so you just had to walk away, and it sucked. But you're like, I'm not getting shanked.
Yeah. So, knowing that, and knowing who he's talking to, he is not concerned right now. He's actually going to walk in.
Okay. You head inside. He looks over to you. Well then, that's the easiest money I've ever made.
Shit. Well, who wants my head now?
And he just draws his coat back a bit, showing one of his daggers. Well, let's just say certain individuals of another island paying top dollar for you.
Mm,
And he pulls out
so the same ones that are willing to
pulls
actually
out
kill people.
a folded piece of parchment, hands it over to you.
And I'm going to open it and take a look and see how much am I worth?
Wanted. 10,000 gold, dead. 20,000 gold alive. It's a sketch of you, stamped and sealed, from the island of Wangata, signed by one Captain Price. Now, he kind of takes a lean against the counter. You and I both know islands don't really have this thing you call jurisdiction outside of their lands. So I'm not here for you. I mean, I kind of am. I just gotta know what happened. There's a lot of interesting stories surrounding this particular night a few months back. Actually, this will be weeks. A few weeks back. Maybe about a month.
Drac is just going to roll up the paper and just look at him, just go, found out things, and I watched friends get murdered because people want to keep secrets. So what this is to try to keep me quiet of what's going on.
You see, I knew it had to be something because you're too dumb or too stupid. I'm not sure which one it is yet to get that mixed up with somebody like that.
Well, I guess because it's you. I guess you could say, I also know secrets of Reese.
Well, that could certainly persuade me to walk right off this island.
From one to another? If you want to keep your life, you don't want these.
Yeah, there was about 5 other posters, but I just grabbed yours.
And anybody that you care for that is in the profession,
Mm-hmm.
tell them not to take it. And this is from one professional to the other.
You trying to be persuasive or intimidated?
Persuasive.
Make a persuasion check.
As a 14.
Okay. Well, I can certainly speak for myself. And I can tell you, this price, you won't get too many people this far out. I wouldn't get too close to that island, though.
Well, problem is, he killed my
Don't tell me-
friends.
Don't tell me you had to go back. Oh my gosh, you and your morals.
Well, it's not just me. Those other ones,
So, if I don't bring you in, looks like I'm out 20,000 gold. Unless perhaps you have a 20,000 gold job for me.
he thinks about it for a minute. How would you like to remove an infestation from an island?
Will I get paid?
Whatever's in the coffers, half and half?
Mm.
It's a very large castle, so there's probably a lot of money in there.
And you're sure it runs all the way to the castle?
Well, I was in there. I'm pretty sure of the fact that if you hang out around town and talk to people, you'll find that people who say, I'm great at my profession, don't know anymore about how to do their thing.
There have been some concerning tales about individuals losing their edge recently.
So, just saying, as one professional to another, our edge is required. And if somebody could take it from us, that's a big no-no.
That is.
Up to you, though. I'm not going to push it.
We'll go half and half. After it's established, I'll take home at least 30.
Whatever is there. And I will say the fact that if it is my portion of it is less than 30, you could take my portion. I cannot say anything for my crew. How much they want to keep will be up to them, but I'm at least going to take that to be your payment.
Well, if you don't want me to drag you out of here tied up and screaming, what you got for right now?
Right now? Right now, I don't have anything, but you know me. Trouble always comes my way. And usually, if there's trouble, there's gold at the end of it.
He kind of looks over to the female standing there. She just shakes her head. Where might this infestation be?
He's going to look him dead in the eye with a huge grin on his face. And he's just going to say, in the calmest of manners, where the hell's this guy's name? The Vosswood Manor.
Well,
Are you trying to get Judge Dredd to go fight vampires?
With us. With us.
They do say that gold does speak louder than history. How much are you carrying right now?
It's not my money. Can't give it to you.
Well, kind of leans off the counter and heads out past you. See you later.
But if you do decide to change your mind, there's a ship called the Starship Entropy. I'm sorry, the Star-Crossed Entropy on the docks.
All right.
Leave a note on the mast.
He heads out.
These are the voyages of the Starship Entropy.
Real quick, as I get it loaded, I'm not going to wait for it to load up. What is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 18.
Okay. Carry on.
I immediately, when he leaves, just looks over to her and just goes, do you have anything to help keep wolves at bay? As a precaution.
Are you speaking in Thieves' Camp?
Yeah, he's definitely is.
What are you communicating? What are you asking for?
The translation would be anything for werewolf repellent or to knock them out. But for anybody else, do you have any flour? We're going cooking. We're cooking, guys.
She describes to you a great recipe that her grandmother's grandmother passed down, and that she could sell you a pair of throwable manacles, to where they are enchanted. They're kind of like a bolo almost, to where it's two spears on each end.
Yeah,
It's basically like a lessened down version of the iron bands of what are they called? Iron bands.
the dimensional shackles. You mean?
No, there's one called the Iron Bands of somebody, but I forget what the actual name is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's basically you throw them, and they got to make a strength check to not get manacled. But once they're manacled, they're basically locked in.
Okay.
You know, those things that he threw at Red back on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those. She's not still angry about it.
No.
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
And there's only one set of them?
It's also available.
Okay. And how much is it?
This would be a lesser version of this, so I'll go with half the price. 1,300.
He's going to pay the 130 platinum and put that away.
Okay.
After last night's fiasco with Doc, he's definitely...
Any other stops before you head back and move on to the next party of adventurers?
No, that's everything.
Okay. Levikazon.
Ah!
Red.
Yes.
Eva. Eva, I know you're semi-preoccupied for most of the day, so...
Mm-hmm.
Levikazon and Red, what y'all up to for your first half of the day? Because Drakic said he'd be back by lunch.
Huh? Doc is asleep, or she'd be learning Nosh. way back in the day, she was concentrating on her dagger a lot and turned it into a magical dagger. She's gonna see if she can do more of that.
Sure. What are you going to begin to try and infuse into it?
Fire. What else?
Well, I mean, like, what end result are you looking to get?
Okay, so maybe additional fire damage on top of that instead of just magical piercing.
Got you. What spell are you going to use?
Fireball.
Oh. Right.
I'm going to tell you now. I'm
Mhm.
pretty fluid with some of this process. So if you want to do fireball, it's up to you. Don't let me influence you. Don't limit yourself because you think it's not possible. You tell me what spell you want to put into it, and we'll figure something out.
So, you know, if we're gonna shoot for the stars, I guess.
Good.
Immolation.
Okay. Give me a little bit of time to research the spell
Mhm.
and figure out some limits.
Okay.
What level is the spell?
5.
Okay, that's fine. How many times a day can you cast it?
Twice.
Twice?
Yes.
Okay. I've got to go check my crafting rules. But the more times a day you cast into it, the better. The less time it will take you, or the greater the enchantment will try and hold. So we'll make those checks. I know there's definitely, because of the kind of caster you are, we're still going to do an Arcana check. But obviously, yours will be based more on trying to draw from your own natural power versus learned power that Doc would have.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me an Arcana check, please.
$19.
And are you... Don't repeat that, because I kind of didn't hear it, so you technically haven't said it yet, and I haven't looked at the screen yet.
Okay.
Well, because you're casting it twice, correct?
Yes.
Do you want to have a flat addition to that of like a +3, or do you want to roll with advantage?
She'll take the +3.
Okay, what's your total?
With the +3, that's a 22.
Okay. So it's definitely in the realm of success. I don't know if it goes into critical success yet. I'll have to go look at my DC table. But after, and this is an 8-hour affair, like you're going to be spending 8 hours focusing on this weapon, drawing the spell from you, doing your best. With a 22, you're able to confine your casting of the spell to not truly cast the spell, but instead expend the energy and do your best to infuse it into the blade.
Got it.
And I would say, just for like thematic sake and theater of the mind, as you're working on this, probably over the kitchen table, the daggers, laid over you, in front of you, and you kind of have your fingers kind of like this, and you are basically using the energy of the spell to focus it down like a laser point and laser etch into the blade runes you've picked up for the elements of like fire and casting and the spell. What language do you want to put these runes in?
Going to be Celestial.
Okay. With that, let's have some fun. Roll a D100.
$83.
What was that?
83.
Okay. No chance this time. I will say, as you're casting, you get the sense that because you're choosing to write this in Celestial, a couple threads of the divine almost get a little pulled into the magic, but they don't stick.
Okay.
Levikazan, as you are going through your day, whatever you're doing, you do notice Red is spending a wild amount of actually focused time with this weapon and etching into it with a flame laser.
Yes. Where are you sitting while you're
Basically
doing
like a
this?
thin plasma laser, honestly. I mean, if you want to get like science and magic mixed together, she just compresses the flame hard enough to make a plasma laser.
Yes.
She knows what a plasma laser is.
Yup. No, she's
Yup.
doing this on the deck of the ship because, confined space, lots of fire, probably not great. So,
no.
deck of the ship.
Cool. I'm gonna put you out there. I feel like Zon at some point just kind of like crouches and watches for like a solid 5 minutes.
Nice.
And is like, there's nothing for me to do here. Alrighty. Yep. I'd say probably for at least a good 2 hours, she's like elbow deep in her gardens trying to like mix the soil and plants.
Okay.
Get all that druid stuff going. The herbs that she has, we decide we can't plant any of those. Right? But the medicinal herbs. So I think for the rest of the day, morning, whatever, she's going to try and convert those into potions of greater healing.
Okay.
Yes.
I will say there's honestly... I'm trying to think if there would be any reason to argue against the need for a roll. Because you have the materials. You have what you need.
I'm not proficient
But you're
in
not
herbalism. Yes.
So make a medicine check.
I'm going to start with 1. We're starting with 1. It burns. It burns. Yep. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
There goes that use.
Well, here's what we're going to do. So, you're trying to make what kind?
Greater healing potion.
Okay. Trying to make a greater.
Yeah.
Below that is a regular, and then below that's
Yes.
a lesser, correct?
Lesser healing potion.
Is there a lesser healing potion?
No.
Oh.
Just regular greater.
There is now!
Wow.
A lesser healing potion does 1d4.
That's about right for this.
A regular healing potion does 2d4.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. +2, but yes.
Yeah, hang on. 1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
2d4 plus 2. Greater is 4d4?
Yep. +4.
Plus 4. Okay. So if you fail, you still make a lesser. If you critically fail, which is going to be 1 to 5. So let's
Okay.
check this out real quick. So 1 to 5, you make a lesser potion.
Okay.
6 to 10.
Yeah.
Nah. This is not an easy task. 6 to 13 is your potion.
Yep.
14 plus is your greater. Natural 20 is a greater and a lesser.
Ooh, okay.
How's everybody feel about that? Pretty decent on the fly
Yep.
figuring it out?
Works for
Yeah.
me.
So a natural 20 gets us a supreme. Yeah, that works.
No.
If only.
I was hoping to try, you know?
I can't spell.
I would also just like to show off how curled up he is. And he's very much a shrimp right now.
Oh,
Nice.
buddy.
TV.
Alright then. So you make a lesser successfully.
Okay. Inventory. Custom. item. And you know what? Fuck it. She'll do 2 more.
Okay.
This is gonna go so bad.
Mm.
Okay. Do I have anything that can help? Nope. Just got nothing.
Okay.
Fuck it.
So where are you doing this at? Where have you set up a workstation?
Yeah, probably the kitchen on the other table.
All right.
That would be a 10.
Make a potion.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Yep.
And then this is the last one.
Okay.
Please. I love it. All that is holy. She jumps off the side of the ship. Thank you. Nice knowing you. See y'all later.
So in the span of 1, 2, 3 hours, you make 2 lesser potions and 1 potion.
Sure do.
All right.
Sure do. On that note, she's gonna go find somewhere to drink and look up at. Eva, what are you doing?
I would say by the time you finish that, Eva is done helping the construction crew figure out what needs to be stored in the captain's quarters and what can be stored in the undercarriage.
That also being said, Zahn personally brings the 1 chest in Doc and Zahn's room up to the captain's quarters and makes sure it is like tucked and hidden away and like
Gotcha.
out of sight.
I would say by the time you get downstairs, you realize that there's almost no walls, and all the beds have been shoved to just one wall.
Oh, that's change. Fun. Cool. Okay. Eva? I assume she's busy.
Probably.
She's going to let Eva know that she is going to just walk along the pier and maybe find a place for them to stay for the next few days.
Okay.
Maybe find or a pit fight. I don't know. Stuff.
If you want a pit fight, just find Drac. He'll take you where there is one.
True.
You come across a couple of taverns. Just if you want to roll for it, roll for it. If not, just pick a number 1 to 6. I'll tell you a tavern that catches your interest.
5.
5. 5 is.
Oh no.
Wow, you would pick this one. 5 is. It is what on the sign it appears just like a simple tankard. At what first you think is like foam overflowing it, but as you look at it, it's more like clouds, and it's just called the Clouded Tanker.
Cloud and Tank. I love it. She'll go in. See what the crowd is like.
As you head inside, it is a very breezy, kind of a ship-themed tavern. Looking at the walls and some of the tables, it looks like it's built from like 4 or 5 different sources of lumber. As you realize, it's all treated hardened wood. You see this kind of lumber every single day.
Is it a ship tavern?
It's a ship tavern.
It's a ship tavern. I'm just
That's why
picturing.
I said you would pick this one.
Of course. What I'm picturing though is like you're gonna get this. Sanji's the cook in his
Basically that, but just landlocked,
Yeah.
like built
Yep.
on land.
Perfect.
The Baratier.
Right. Zahn is like, do we really want to spend a night or a few nights in a tavern that's like a ship? Meanwhile, we're going to be stuck on the ship for who knows how long. She just like slowly backs out and is going to find a different one because I don't think Zahn could deal with that.
Find another one.
Yep.
Called the Gleaming Grackle.
Grackle?
Grackle. Grackle.
Weird. Okay. I'll take it.
It is a fancier establishment where you can see there is a stage kind of in the left-hand corner. The tables are well maintained. You don't see the usual like beer stains, blood stains, random food bits left around. It seems to be a little like a classied up kind of place.
Okay.
It is 2 stories. As you
Cool.
hear on the first, you only see just open seating and a bar. In the back left-hand corner is a kind of a scrawnier set of stairs that lead up. It definitely seems whoever built this place wanted to focus on maximizing table space.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She'll go over to the bar and kind of wait there.
You see what appears to be an elven female.
Mm-hmm.
She has this entirely too pristine, long blonde hair. She has the very simple, like, cream-colored eggshell dress. She has like a black girdle around it, like an outer corset.
Yeah.
She has a couple things in her hands. Oh, good afternoon. How can I help you today?
Good afternoon. We're looking to potentially get some rooms for a few days.
Well, of course, I've got a few rooms free. How many do you need?
3.
All right. Will you be footing the bill for all 3 rooms?
Potentially? How much is it gonna cost per night for the 3 rooms?
She looks you up and down. Well, never judge a scroll by its seal. The rooms will be 3 gold a night per room, so 9 gold a night.
Does that include food?
Of course.
And drinks?
It includes
2 limit.
1 drink.
Okay. And do you have baths?
No, but there is a public bath just down the way.
Is it a good public bath or is it like a...
Oh, it's the good one.
Okay.
The bad one's around the other way.
Oh, okay, noted.
It's like the same energy as we would go to the good Denny's.
That exists.
That's fair. That is a fair assessment.
Wow.
You know what I mean with that statement.
Hello.
Waffle House, got it.
Yeah. No, we'll go to the good Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will at least foot the first night, and then we'll see how long we stay.
One moment, and she heads over, puts the drinks down, comes back, and kind of like loops your arm a bit, and walks with you to the counter.
It's like,
And then
okay.
Basically drops you off at the bar, circles around the backside of it, grabs her ledger, cracks it open. Name?
Luvika-san.
She writes it out flawlessly.
Okay. For three. Also, are we able to bring a kid in here?
Well,
One.
it's not for me to judge your parenting styles.
She's not. Oh, yes. She's kind of all of our kid at this point, really. Yeah, okay. Cool. She's probably been. It's fine. She's just thinking to herself, she's definitely been in worse places. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if we'll, you know what, we'll be here tonight, cause
All right.
yeah, too many things going on the ship.
You can see she just has her hand extended.
Right, yes, money. She'll hand over 9 gold piece.
She takes it, pockets it. So you hear the sound of a drawer opening. She grabs 3 keys that have this little piece of string with a piece of wood attached to it and hands it over to you. And they're just numbered like 1, 4, and 7.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We'll see you later tonight. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Well, thank you. And if you make it right at sundown with supper, there's a live band every night.
Ooh, fancy.
Thank you.
I will take that into consideration. And she will turn around and walk out like, yes, I actually accomplished something good and didn't fail at making 3 healing potions. That could have been so good. It's fine. But yeah, she'll go back eventually.
Okay.
Probably meander around the pier a bit. Find that good bathhouse.
Yep.
Yep.
You head back to the ship. At this time, it is near lunch. Drakkix returns. Eva is freed up from her time helping the construction crew get things placed in the proper location. Red is still very intently focused on the blade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pew
It's
pew.
an 8-hour ordeal.
Yep.
It's like a job.
But
Mhm.
you
Oh.
definitely, of course, can't take the time to take a meal.
When Drac gets back, he's going to take out the pamphlet. Hey, Zan, I found this for you. Hand it out to her.
It just says in big, like, cartoony writing, so you want to be a druid.
Plants for dummies.
And in all honesty, it's Drac just looks at you. Oh, well, since you are going along the druid path, I ended up finding a magic shop for druids.
Huh.
And this is kind of a introductory essence into what they are. So I bought it, thinking of you.
Thank you, Drax. I appreciate
You're very
that.
welcome.
I will take a look at it tonight when my brain isn't rotting. Yes.
He kind of
I've-
tilts his head to you.
Points over to the table where there's
With
just
your
like
passive
left.
perception, Drakkix, you can tell there is definitely signs of frustration and work at one of the tables where you can see like a stone grinding wheel with the little like the pestle in it. And you can see a lot of waste versus one side where there is some like bottled green looking paste.
He's going to look at it. botched attempts. No worries. I've seen worse. I've actually seen somebody try to make one, and it goes up in flames.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Oh no.
No, you're correct.
Yeah. But on the good hand today, you guys, I got us some rooms at a fancy tavern and inn. Meals included.
What's your idea of fancy?
They have a stage for entertainment.
That doesn't mean
What kind of
anything.
entertainment?
I don't know.
How dressed were people?
Very.
Dressed?
That doesn't answer the question.
Right.
She was.
How fancy did they look?
It wasn't like fancy clothes, but it was a
Hmm.
fancy establishment.
Right. Mm. Well,
Look.
Red just gives Drakix a look like, oh shit.
What's it called?
Look. It's called the Gleaming Grackle.
Does Drac recognize the name?
Nope.
Okay, he just looks at Red. I have no idea.
You're asking the wrong questions. How much did you pay for a room?
It was like 3 gold a piece.
So it's a little up there.
Yeah, but it included a meal, the live entertainment, a drink. And she gave a good recommendation to a good bathhouse down the street.
Right.
No, it's better than nothing.
Yep. It's better than the first one that I went to. That was literally just a ship landlocked, and I figured we wouldn't want to spend more time on a ship when we're going to be.
Did you
Stuff.
try and get a, discount with watermelons?
I should have done that.
You really should have. Use your talents.
I mean, she can still try for later if that ends up
Exactly.
being a thing.
It's fair.
Yep.
You
Yep.
gotta save her party tricks for when it matters.
Exactly. Go there, spend, bit more on the booze, and then be like, hey, look, I can do this if you give us a discount. Watermelon, done. I need to learn how to grow watermelons fast.
You do.
I do.
I was gonna say, hopefully you're not buying their watermelons, because then you're paying for it anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. We should go to the market first. Find some watermelons. Get their seeds, and then I can grow them.
Probably best.
We'll need more planters.
We're just gonna have, like, a little skiff hanging off the side of our ship that's a greenhouse for Zon.
Please!
Probably, yes.
Or just one
Watermelon.
dragon
No.
behind.
No. It's
It's
not
like
just a
it's
Maybe
bigger.
skiff.
eventually just get a bigger ship.
It's
Yeah.
no.
Gonna
It's
be-
gonna end up being three, in essence, like 3 lifeboats along one side, all being hung from like 2 different posts, and it's just vines and plants all over them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always opposite the side where the gangplank is.
Yep.
After that, Drac is going to look at Ava, and he's going to take out the manacles and hand it over to her. And he's just going to say, as a precaution, after what happened
kind of
last
shit
night,
is this?
you would probably recognize it because it's exactly what caught you last time.
Mm.
He just looks at Ava, just like, worst case scenario, me. And he just hands it over.
I got you.
Mm.
Okay, good.
Well, worst case scenario, they go to someone else, but we'll wait on that.
Yes. Well, that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is it comes at me. Oh, and I also found out the fact that we have a bounty on our head from Wingata by price. And I'm worth apparently 20,000 gold alive.
That's it?
Did you ask? Right. Did you ask where they were hanging these posters, bounties, whatever?
Just Wingata.
Did you happen to ask how much each of us was worth?
No, the bounty hunter actually said only you were worth it and took mine only. So sorry. I
Damn.
do have a history with him.
Insight.
Go ahead.
Make an insight
Oh. Bless it, child. Boop. Okay. That's plus.
Should have for your potion checks.
I really fucking should have. That would be a 16.
He ain't lying to you.
He's being honest.
Really?
No double spoken truths, no hidden lines.
Interesting.
Because it's exactly what he was told. I saw yours. I just took it.
But didn't say it was worth it. You were
I
worth
didn't say it was worth it. That's the only thing.
Right.
knows?
Do you know if he saw the other ones at all?
Oh, he did. He did actually say the fact that besides mine, there were a few more.
Right. So where's this? So we can avoid it.
Wingata.
This person that you were talking to was not on Wingata.
No, he was actually here.
Right.
And he offered, and I offered him to help us. Now, you see, if you knew who he was, hold on, before you decide to come at me. If you knew who he was, you would actually understand the fact that even though he is a bounty hunter, he is also a gentleman. Due to the fact that islands do not have jurisdiction beyond their grounds, there's really not much worth in him trying to get me back over there. So, I said, if he's looking for a bigger payday, he could help us take care of a certain manor. And my portion...
Your portion. Go ahead. Didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. But I would take at least 30,000 gold and give it to him out of whatever we find as payments. Everything else is for you, technically for us, but I said that I would give him 30,000 gold.
Right.
So you just hired one of the most dangerous bounty hunters to help us fight vampires?
Yes, even though I did not tell him his vampires, but I did tell him where it was. Even though he was skeptical, I did tell him just ask around the city. Find those who say that they are great at things, ask them to do a thing, and that'll be enough of a reason for him to know. If he accepts, he'll leave a note on the mast.
Oh, so you told them where our ship is?
Oh. Once again, he's a gentleman bounty hunter. He keeps his word. He's not coming after me. So therefore, I don't... And also, I told him not to come after you all. So therefore,
I mean,
we're
he
fine.
wants to go hunt some vampires on his own. Fucking let him have it.
All
I
right.
agreed. Though, I would
However,
definitely
my
rather him at
concern-
our side, just because it'll make sure that we all come out of this a lot safer.
My concern, however, and I don't... This is going to come off rather not well, so I'm going to just say it. Who do you think probably had the biggest bounty on them from Wingata?
Don't know. I'm 10,000 dead, 20,000 alive.
Right. So they know what I am.
I didn't want to ask questions about it because if I start probing, then it starts leading to more investigations, and I'd rather not do that.
So my main point here is...
Yes, you are probably the most expensive one out there, yes.
And every gentleman has their price.
Yes, but this one... I'm sure, will keep to his word.
All
The
right.
others, on the other hand, may be a different story, but this one I've had enough encounters with to be a decent judge of character for.
All right. I'll trust your judgment on this one.
And worst case scenario is we find a hole to put him inside.
You mean his ashes?
I didn't say if he was going to be together.
Or body
Fair.
parts. Yeah.
Fair. All right.
I'm just saying, everybody has a use. And when you're done with the use, well, you
Kindling.
need to get rid of the garbage.
Right. Well, what's done is done. What does this person look like?
And he will describe Inkblade.
He
Brad's
describes
gonna-
a humanoid male
Mm-hmm.
with probably usually shoulder length black hair. Normally dresses in whatever clothing style matches the island he's on, which this time around is very simple, kind of dark blues, grays, things like that, just to blend in. It's as he's
Mhm.
describing him, you're realizing that this individual has worked hard to just be Johnny Nobody in the middle of the street.
God. Got it. Right. Well, Doctor probably needs to sleep some more. I have a little bit more to do here. But then we could go check out the place we have to stay tonight.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
We could always put Doc to bed and then check out the bathhouse because I know for a fact that I definitely need to take a bath.
I think he also needs a bath considering he's probably covered in both of our blood. Still.
I'm
It would be
sure
very
he's
weird if I am washing him and he wakes up. So I'm not doing that. And I don't know
Yeah.
if the bathhouse is communal or private or what. So
Yeah, and I don't think they'd appreciate bringing in an unconscious body.
Just
Being
weekend
like,
at Bernie's.
hey. Yeah. Hey.
weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
So maybe we do that when he wakes up.
right.
He shouldn't be
That's
out
fair.
up too much longer. Probably maybe by the time you're finished.
And he's gonna snap his
Whatever.
finger. Oh yes. The regarding the that little pamphlet I gave you.
Yes.
The halfling Orin Bramblejaw did ask if we were to encounter a little bowl with a needle-shaped end to it, which can be used to feed plants water endlessly, as well as a small token of a tree, which is flat on one side but has a shape of a thick tree on the other. He just asked if we find them, just to bring them over and see them. So wanted to, in
Okay.
case you guys ever see it somewhere, be mindful.
We'll keep that in mind.
Because I feel like he can be a very good supplier of druidic things for you.
Alrighty. I'll have to go and maybe say hi.
Definitely.
So while they're, are we topside right now, or are we at the table?
Probably at the table.
Okay.
You're at the table wrapping up lunch, so you've kind of, for a moment, moved your project to the side, had your
Yep.
meal, and then just kind of either put your plate up itself or someone took it for you, and you brought the dagger back over to get back to work on it.
Oh, she's working topside on the dagger. She does not want all that much fire contained.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Right, so you head out to finish your enchantment processes. Trakix?
He's also going to mention the token.
Got it.
When she heads topside before she starts her work on the dagger again, she's going to kind of take a look around and see if anybody's paying too close of attention to their ship.
As you look around, you don't notice anybody really paying much mind. Outside of the fact you do have like construction going on, so sometimes people are like, "The hell's going on?" They kind of like try to rubberneck it to try and see what the construction is, but not like more like just like watching construction, like if you pass like a highway, just like what are they building? What's going on?
Okay.
That's about it.
Casual watching. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Trakix, we can move to the rest of the day.
Just letting them know about the token that appeared this morning. Letting them know probably after all this, that would be the next stop. And also what happened when it appeared, like what was the topic on hand. So at least we kind of maybe think like it could be part of that or not. And then after that, he's probably going to look at Cass and be like, do you want to learn dagger flourishing? Even though he knows that Ava's right there, probably glaring at him the moment he says it.
Not the worst thing that's happened so far.
Cassandra.
Like after the fight, he's definitely thinking like, at least kind of teach her how to brandish a dagger and kind of like make it a hideaway just as a precaution. So he starts to like kind of show her.
Happily join you.
Yeah. So he starts to like do that, show
It's the most
her.
excitement this child's had all week.
Yeah. And it's constantly just like him making a dagger appear and just disappear out of his hand. It's like, look, no dagger, dagger, no dagger. And then he just starts slowing it down so she could see like how he makes it appear.
Gotcha.
And
Right,
This
so I
way she
need
can-
to add Soul Knife Rogue to her character sheet.
Nope.
That's
We're gonna see
gonna
what it
be
takes. Roll D100. Five or less it takes.
No. 5 or less? Good lord.
5% chance this becomes an ingrained skill.
Negative. That is a 49.
he's still gonna try. He's still gonna keep
Yeah.
going.
Levikazan, chat to the rest of the day.
Yeah. She's probably. I don't even know, honestly. No. She's gonna go to the market.
Okay.
Be like
Anything specific
I'll
you're
be
looking
back.
for, or just killing time?
watermelons.
Yes.
It's easy to find.
Perfect. She will get 6 watermelons.
Okay.
Yes. Of varying sizes.
What do you want from me?
'Cause-
2 copper.
Cool. Amazing. She will give a silver.
Destroying my economies. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome.
Eva?
Probably topside. Not really doing much of anything, but she would pick up one of my traits, which is just people watching to pass time.
Okay.
Not looking for anything, just interested.
Red.
Yes.
As you are working on this dagger via the enchantments, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, goody. Intelligence save. No.
Is
The
she within
15.
the thing of Drax?
No.
Nope.
No.
It's a 15.
15?
Yeah. Great. Thanks. My favorite sound. Dice rolled by the DM.
So that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 28. As you are working, I'm going to write that down real quick so I can narrate. As you are working and you kind of get back into the swing of things, you begin to pull the magic into existence and bend it to your will. You get some feedback as just underneath the dagger, there's this rapid, quick burn as if flash paper. And for a moment, you see a very rapid, small card-like object apparate and then go up in the flame. As you are unfortunately the victim of the backlash card.
Great!
You take 28 points of psychic damage.
Lovely. I'm here for it. Okay.
Was that mine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I thought Inkblade was your card.
I was going to ask after session because, like, there were a couple of moments where I'm like, it could have been this, could have been this, could have been this.
No, I will let you guys know when a card gets played.
Yeah.
It will come in the form of the flash paper burn.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of grab her head for a second and try to shake it off and see if she can keep going.
You give it a minute, you kind of shake your head loose, wipe a little bit of blood from your nose,
Yeah.
and you hesitantly reach for that magic again, and without issue, it comes forth.
Okay. Yeah. She's just gonna keep going.
One of the runes just wasn't right, and that's what caused the backlash. That's what it was.
Wasn't just right. I am going to go ahead and call session there, because per usual, I don't want to get too far with people missing. So
No.
we'll have an early session tonight. Doctor, if you're out there listening, we hope you get well soon. Sorry you're not feeling good, bud, but hopefully it passes quickly and you're not bedridden for too long.
Yeah.
But great session, had a blast.
Yeah.
Jason, if you're still out there in the ether listening, thank you very much, buddy, for the Prime sub. We really appreciate it, and I hope you're doing well.
5 months.
Yeah,
5 months Prime.
Yeah. That is a good friend of mine from the land of Canada. I will not dox him with where he lives, but I'll tell you afterwards, Meg.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Meg
Hi.
has found her people.
Yeah, had a blast. To my players, thank you so much for being here and having fun playing D&D. To our community listening and watching, thank you so much. We love you very much. Be kind to each other. And as always, do not forget your snacks. Good night, everybody.